DNA and recombinant technology. DNA and recombinant technology is the study and alteration of genetic material. This vast study applies to many different fields like pharmacy, agriculture, and forensics. First, we will discuss the safety and ethics of DNA and recombinant technology. Two major safety concerns regarding DNA and recombinant technology are cancer genes and safety protocols of the scientists. So first, cancer genes. If cancer genes were inserted into a bacterial genome, and then this bacterial genome somehow infected a human being, that would mean that this human being now had cancer. This would ease the transfer of cancer within society, which is a huge, huge safety concern. Another safety concern is the safety of the researchers working on this technology. How would we make sure that these researchers were not exposed to any infection or risk? Because of this, there were many guidelines implemented on this technology and in research facilities to make sure that these researchers were not infected by anything with this technology. Next are the ethics. So the two ethics I'll be discussing are genetic modification and privacy issues. First, let me give you an example of a pregnant woman. If we examine her fetus and find out that somehow her fetus has cancer genes, would it be ethically acceptable to genetically alter this fetus to make sure that they don't have cancer? Most would say yes. But at what point do we draw the line? What if the fetus was completely normal? Would it be ethically acceptable to put in genes to make the fetus smarter or maybe more athletic? Another issue would be privacy issues. We would be able to find out if how many people and what people opened a specific door, what people chewed this piece of gum. The possibilities would be endless. And at what point does certain information begin to infringe upon your own privacy rights? Next, we will talk about the risks of DNA and recombinant technology. These include allergens and antibiotic resistance. What if we used milk proteins and inserted them into carrots for some reason? Now, if a mother knows her child is lactose intolerant, obviously she won't give that child milk or any dairy products. But what would make her realize that she should also not give her these carrots that have these milk proteins? We would have to think about that when we work with DNA technology. Another thing would be DNA antibiotic resistance. If certain genes have antibiotic resistance and we put them into foods and then humans ate the foods, that would mean that the humans have antibiotic resistance, which would go against a big part of the health and immune problems that are going on in our society. I feel as though with any new technology, there's always going to be new risks and new elements to explore before we implement this extremely popularly. But I see that this technology has a lot of potential to change the world.